So let's get centered. Deep breath in. Breathe out. Like so. So you may, right? Good to see everybody. We have Ryan T here. Also, guys, thank you for being here, senpais. Real quick before we get going, Gavin, I'm just going to mute your mic real quick, buddy, so they can hear me. Just you can stay there. I think I should be able to mute you. Just give me 1 sec, everybody, and then you'll tell me if you can still hear me. Okay, that should work. And I'm going to mute Anthony too. Okay. So everybody can still hear me, right? Good. Okay, good. So just real quick before we move into kata tonight, I just want to give you something to think about. And Gavin, this may be a little new for you because just because you're a little bit younger, it doesn't mean anything to do with your approach to training. You're training in this class because you deserve to be, because you work so hard, okay? But for all my longtime students here, teens and adults, we do this anyway because kata matters to you as a martial artist, because it matters to you, not because it only matters to me or our lineage, but there's something in it, or there's an inherent in the training that makes sense for you, and that's why you're here. I know there is I don't want to say obligation, but a respect and honor towards me and towards our teachers. But often I've been working weekly with Danny-san on some private lessons, or Benny, even when we were working on your kata for the tournament. Beck, I know we've talked about this, and certainly Reg, we have too. But I want you to think about when you are, some nights when we're doing kata, right, we're working on it and we're learning a new kata, we're learning a motion of a kata, and we're learning a part of it. And it's really hard to invest our heart into that part of the training when we're dialing in our memory to remember a certain set of moves, right? Or then memorize the moves and then figure out how do we apply them in what makes sense for Kyokushin fighting, or for self-defense, or even if the kata is something that even speaks to you, right? Because not all the katas do. I mean, not all of them speak to me, I'll be frank. But sometimes the place to go is training the kata hard because you have an obligation to carry on what was handed to you, not just through me, but through people long before me, long before we were even alive. So that when, 20 years from now, you have a student or students, let alone some of you who have them now, that we're still giving them the fabric of what Masoyama intended in these katas in the way he taught them. And that goes for any lineage you train. So sometimes it's not just about, okay, well, because Gavin, I think a lot of times at a younger age, and Benny, you can speak to this too, right? Like, we're training because we want to earn rank. We want to get the next belt. And you should. I'm not belittling that, right? But eventually you get a black belt. Some point, if you train long enough, you get a black belt, or you get a second down, or you get a third. So there's more to the belt. There's more to the training in the katas than just the belt. Eventually, when we, so sometimes it's just, I'm digging in to get to the essence of the spirit of what it means to you inside to connect to this thing that came way before us, and that you have it to hold on to, that you might be one of the lucky ones to pass it along to somebody. And sometimes approaching kata training like that is, to me, I find the most connected when I'm at that place for myself. When I'm digging into what it means when I'm teaching Danny Kanku, or I'm running with Reggie and we're working on learning Garyu, and any of us, right? Or I'm teaching Benny those perfect nuances in Pinan 5. It's not just, I know that we all know that we're fully capable of learning any motion, right? If we do it enough and we practice it, but it's got to be something bigger than that. So tonight, while you run through kata, I want you to keep that in the back of your head of, you have a torch that you've been handed. I was handed it, you've been handed, other people have trained, other lineages have been handed it. But in this particular lineage, and it's come down through Masoyama, we have destiny over what we choose to do with that torch. Whether we let it go out, or whether we decide we're going to be one of the rare few that embraces it and passes it along. Because that's kind of pretty big deal in my mind. So try to take that tonight while we run through kata. So let's start with just kata. Let's back up, and I think tonight we're just going to go from, I was going to do some moving syllabus and stuff. I think I'm going to skip that just based on who I have in front of me. I'd like to start at Taikyoku 1 and just work our way up as far as we can go, okay? When you get to katas, Gavin and Benny, on a kata you don't know, just do a kata you know, okay? It's hard in a half an hour tonight to do teaching of new kata, but go as far as you can, okay? I'll start off with the Taikyoku forms, and then you guys can jump up and we'll count. So let's start with Taikyoku 1. Okay, and again, carry that torch. Ich, ni, san, chi, go, rook, sits, hachkia, two, ich, ni, san, chi, go, rook, sits, hutch, two. You know what I mean? Okay, let's do Taikyoku 2, all one motion. Let me just watch as you rock through it, right? Same thing, IFK version, 22, 24 seconds long. Okay, nice and fast, nice and strong. Don't sacrifice the technique and stance for speed. You need all of it in one. Change the internal rhythm of how you learn the kata from me. Okay, Yoi? Again, carrying that tradition. That's what we're doing. Hajime! Good, Benny. Relax those shoulders. Good, Reg. When you finish, come back to Yame. Good. Make sure you're high punch, Gavin. Jodan, higher punch. A little higher. Okay, let's move to Taikyoku 3, and then we're going to jump back to something T-Man did at the park with us last night, or the Sunni. Yeah, but I was going to Taikyoku 3. We'll bounce back. I like doing this one. We've been doing this. The Taikyoku Sono-san, all the blocks are a strong ibuki breath. All the punch, we explode, right? So on the Gedan Barais, nice big ibuki breath. On the Uchi-uke block, big ibuki breath. And then everything else is fully explosive. Okay, let's do it all one motion. It's just easier for me to watch everybody, then I don't have to run the kata. Okay, Yoi. Hajime. Good. All one motion, Betty. Yep. Good, Danny. Great, Beck. Keep that back straight on that Koksudachi. Keep working. When you finish, just come back to Yoi. We're all moving at different paces. It's okay. And Yame. Good. Okay, I'm going to have T-Man come up. He did a version of a Taikyoku form last night. It was really cool. It's slightly confusing. So, T, let's go just for sake of time. Have you just kind of same thing, walk through it one time, and then you go kind of all one motion through it.
So I'm just going to show you this way first. So you're going to start normally with your low block, and then you're going to come up with your inside block, then outside block, and then high block, step forward, double punch. So then the other way would be low block, inside, outside, high, step, double punch. When you come down the eye, you're going to do your low block and 12 blocks. But on the first double punch is going to be normal. The second one on the eye, the second set of punches, is going to be off. By the third one, it'll recorrect itself, so it should be fine by the end of the kata. So we'll go through one time slow, my count, I'll give you each move, and then we're going to try it all one motion, just stay my pace.
Just remember, when you're doing this, like if I do Gedan Barai with this hand, Benny, I'm switching. Is Uchi next, T?
Uchi is.
Right, so I'm switching the hand. I'm switching the hand. I'm switching the hand. And so when I end up, well, I didn't do it right, but opposite hands on the blocks.
Yep. I'll call it out each time.
Okay.
Ready? So first move, low block, inside block, outside block, high block. Step, double punch.
Good, Gavin. That's it, Benny.
Low block, inside block, outside block,
That's it, Benny.
high block, step, double punch, low block, inside block,
That's it, Danny.
outside block, high block, step, double punch, step, double punch, step, double punch. Turn, low block, inside block, outside block,
Good, Gavin.
high
You
block,
got it, buddy.
step, double punch, turn, low block, inside block, outside block, high block, step, double punch. Again, low block, inside block, outside block, high block, step, double punch, step, double punch, step, double punch. Turn, low block, inside,
That's it, Benny. You got it, bud.
high, double punch, low, inside, outside, high, double punch. Yummy. So, on the last two punches on the eye where your TI would normally be, just give me the strong TI. If that's that.
Let's go all one motion, then we move on.
We'll stay at just my pace and just do your best. I know it's confusing. Ready? Ajime.
Good. That's it, Gavin. You got it, buddy. Good, Gavin.
Shoot.
That's it, Gavin. Great, man. Keep those shoulders relaxed, Benson.
Shoot.
Good, Danny. Good.
Yeah, man, when you finish. Thank you.
Awesome. Great. How did you jump up? Just to do kata with them, just to move. Usually cool down. So just for sake of time, because I want to get to the higher katas, let's pick 2 penons to do. Okay, Rai, you pick any 2 you want. You pick any of the 2 penon forms. Let's do them as a flow kata. You do one, you come back to yoi, boom, right into the next one. Then we'll jump to the gate side katas and we'll work our way up. Okay? I don't care which 2 penons you're going to do, but as soon as you come back to yoidachi, move right into your next motion of your penon form. When you're done, just back to fudodachi so I know you're done. Okay, yoi? So again, just a reminder. I know we're feeling kind of tired on this end. I know some of us who trained before are also. Again, reminder, you're the thread. You're the thread from Masoyama to whatever comes next. Ready? Hajime! Nice, Dan. Good, Gavin. Good, Benny.
Two.
Nice, Reggie. Good marote. Good. That's it, Gavin. Nice. Whip those side kicks, Gavin. Attaboy. Good. Nice Beck. Beck and Reggie are almost locked in. Yeah, it's very cool. Good, Benny-san. Os. And Yame. Thank you, Ryan. Os. Okay. Let's keep you up to do one more, and then we'll switch out. Let's move to Geik Side Dai. We're going to go my count For those of you who don't know the kata, just try to follow along best you can, okay? I know it's hard, and we're not doing a lot of kata teaching lately because it's kind of hard in this format. We'll do the best we can. But let's go one count, one motion. Okay, yoi. Mokuso. Gekusai dai, yoi. Ich. Ni. San. Chi. Opposite way, Jodan uke. Go. Rook. Right foot, right hand. Sich. Hutch. Blade that body. Pull that shoulder back. Q. Q. Ichikai. Ni. San. Right foot. Stepping backwards. Chi. Left foot in front now. Right leg kick. Go. Rook. Sich. Hutch. Q. And yame. Good. And now rayoi. Let's move to Gekusai Sho. Ben-san, if we're not too familiar with the Gekusai forms, no problem. What I want you to do is go back to Pinan Sonayon and Pinan, just do Pinan katas over and over. Not, do one as we're doing one and then jump to a different one on the next one. Okay? No problem if you don't know the Gekusai kata, but just if you don't, you're going to go back to a kata you know. Let's go to Gekusai Sho for those of you who know. Mokuso. Gekusai Sho. Yoi. Ich. Ni. San. Chi. Go. Rook. Sich. Big expansion. And then shut down, but keep your chest open. Rook. Good. Sich. Hutch. Kiai. Ju. Ich. Ni. San. Blade of the foot. Chi. Go. Rook. Sich. Hutch. Q. Ju. Good. And yame. Yep. And yame if you're done. Now rayoi. So great. So, Benny-san, when you're because the Pinan form will probably end a little earlier than some of the higher katas. So as soon as you're done, just come back to yoi. You don't have to hold last position. So Gavin, Benny, I'm going to keep moving up because these guys know these katas, and I don't want to teach anything just now. I want you to keep doing a kata that speaks to your heart. Okay? I'm watching, but I want to just keep moving. Just a quick note for all of you on Gekusai Sho. Yoko Gary, I'm going to try to stand up for a second. Yoko Gary, pulling back, launching into my tate punch. A lot of times I see like the tate punch feels very held back in a lot of your motion. Like there's a tightness because you're trying to be hard with it. It is a very hard, forceful kind of Camille punch, right? But it's coming off the kick. So as soon as I kick, I pull back and I'm launching into that tatezuki. Yeah, Beck, exactly. Really? Don't be afraid to reach there, Yeah, Reggie, beautiful. All right, like just really like you know, think like you're punching, you know, you're punching through somebody's heart there, right through. And that's, you know, to me, that's how I remember Teddy Oyama doing that kata. Just like beautiful. So let's keep going. Let's move to Yansu. Okay, we'll go my count. Keep it slow. And again, Gavin, if you've been through a Yansu a little bit, you can try to follow along. Any of you can try to follow along whatever you want, or do a different kata. But let's keep moving. Okay. Moksa. Yansu. Yoi. Again, a kata of your choice. Ich. Ni. San. Spear. Chi. Go. Rook. In. Out. Sich. Left. Boom. Step punch. Hutch. In. Back. Q. Ju. Ich. Knee. Pivot. San. Kiai. Ju. All the way to that push. Ich. Pivot, rotate. Knee, kiai. Stay right there for a second before you do your kick. I know somebody did it. It's okay. Stay where you go. Keep your body locked now. So if I'm in this position, right, when I do that, my Gary, nothing else moves. It's a kick until I pull back. But this doesn't, I don't have any extra motion here, right? It's my Gary perfectly tight, then my Haito into the rest. Okay? Hop! Good. And Yame. Narayoi. Right away. Moksho. Again, just a reminder, keep your eyes closed for a second as you're breathing. Kata, you know, those of you who know Suki no Kata, we're moving there. Suki no Kata. Yoi. Ich. Good. Knee. Chan. Beautiful. Chi. Good back. Go. Hard punching. Rook. Pop, pop. Sich. Turn. Block punch. Hutch. Circle. Double punch coming up. Q. Ju. Ich. Knee. Son Kiai. Chi. Good. Go. Rook. Sich. Hutch. Q. Hey, Yame. That's it, Gavin. Good, buddy. Hey, Yame. Good. So, Gavin, some of our katas won't line up with the count. You just keep going if I'm holding you up on that last move, okay? Does that make sense? Question? Go ahead, buddy. Yep. Hold on. One sec, bud. Can you unmute yourself, Gavin? I can't do it on this end. Yes. What's up, bud?
I was only doing gigs at show.
That's okay. No problem. Keep doing it. Keep practicing. Excellent. Okay. Moving to Sainchin. Okay. This one is a little bit more difficult on the count. So let's just go all one motion. Okay. Let's have you run with him as best you can. I know you've been through it a couple times and follow him best you can. Danny-san, we know this kata. I mean, I know we haven't done it in a little while, but let's do this one and see where we're at after that. Okay. So. Sayunchin, yoi. Talk about fabric. This is one of those katas, big time. Hajime. Yes, Beck. T and Ryan, awesome. Just stay together so Ryan can follow you a little bit. See, I don't know if you remember most of it, but Great. Good, Reggie. Back straight. Good, Beck. Yes, Rebecca. Back straight, Kotsudachi, Beck. There you go. Good, Danny. Yeah, Danny, nice timing. Yep, hard elbows. Good, Reggie, hard elbows. And Yame. Nara Yoi. Good. I'm gonna Benny and Gavin, definitely feel free to follow along or do a kata that you know, but I'm gonna unmute you, Danny, Beck. Oh, actually, if you could unmute Danny, Reggie, and Beck, if you'll unmute yourselves. I want to take us through Kanku. And so this way, while we're going through it, if you have any questions, you can just shout out, and then we'll see where we're at. Okay. Yeah, this side. See if I can do it facing this way. I'll do the best I can. Okay, so looks up. Kanku, yoi. Right hand over the left and open. Into the periphery, hands connect and open. Right fist, left shto. Okay, to your right first, knife hand. I'm doing that. Knife hand. Okay, block punch, and then block punch again. Front foot, Kotsudachi Shoto Uke. Again, and again. Nokute Kiai.
Right.
I'm in the opposite way, Shuto Tetsui, like Iman Sonyon. Stay there for a second. Maigari, double punch, right, left. Coming back the opposite way with your front foot, so you can use your front foot to come back. Shuto Tetsui. Maigari, 1, 2. Okay, just stay there for a second. I'm going to get these guys because they're trying to learn the wrong way, to face this way. Your left foot's in front, correct? Pull your left foot back and left chamber. Okay? Right leg Maigari, right leg hammer and yokogeri and elbow. Make sense so far?
Yes.
Left foot, retreat, right chamber, front kick, side kick, hammer, and elbow. Okay, so if you're in the dojo now, I'm stepping 45 degrees towards the weapons. Right foot San Shindaki, right hand Jodan Uke. Same hand, roll into a Yurakin. Right hand, empty across. Right hand all the way up, drop down Kia. As I rise, I'm rising towards the shrine in the dojo, left hand Jodan Uke. Left hand Yurakin, left elbow across, left drop and Kia.
Hey.
Right hand over the left to the opposite ears. Right heel, 1, 2, right foot in front. Again, 1, 2. Right fist, cover with the left. So come, yep. Right heel, right punch. Stay there, right this way. Yep, okay. Making my turn towards the camera, I'm going to use my left foot. Left foot up, left foot in front. Left foot in front again. This time, chamber your left hand, cover with your right. Left heel, right punch. Left foot should be in front. Step right foot, Kibadachi, Junzuki. Pull your right foot back. Your back should be to your camera now. It's fine to turn, take a look. Right leg kick. Right leg side kick, hammer, elbow. Same thing left side, chamber. Left front kick. Left side kick, hammer, and elbow. You're going to keep moving away from your camera here step behind, kakiashi dachi, double punch, and open like Pinon 5. Now your eyes come towards the camera. You're going to go crescent kick, elbow, double punch. You go crescent kick, elbow, double punch. As if you're facing a turtle. Jump, right leg forward, both hands touch. Okay, stay right there for just a second. I'm down low, my eyes are up though. I start to rise, I reach, and then throw and look at my back leg. As I start to look back to the turtle wall, I start to bring my right leg back in front to Kotsudachi. So I come back and hit Shokuke. Great, so all of you are right foot forward now, correct?
Yes.
Imagine you're in the dojo, you're facing the turtle. You're just going to pivot towards the heavy bags. And when you do this, your right hand is going to come down and your left hand is going to come up into San Chin, left foot forward. Then one more time. Yep, then your right hand on top of your left and back open. Hands touch, left fist, and the right hand is open. So I'm going to be moving towards my camera. I guess you guys are going to be moving away from your camera if I'm correct. My right leg is going to move behind me on this straight plane. Right foot, post left, strike right. And that's a spear. Other hand's open too. Back to the turtle, spear. Circle block into out towards the red wall. Ibuki breath, right, left, Nihon Mukute, or Yono Mukute. Left foot moves towards the camera. Right post, spear to the turtle, spear. Circle to the heavy bags. That's an Ibuki breath, left, right. My right leg is going to move towards the other red wall. So I go touch, over, push, strike. Over the other way, strike. Ibuki, left hand towards the turtle, right mukute, left mukute. Stepping towards the heavy bag, step in front. 1, 2, push right, strike left. Push right, strike right. Or, yeah. Circle, double mukute. Okay. I'm going to shift into forward leaning stance, kind of 45 degrees to the right, and reach up. Eyes are kind of 45 up to the corner where the shrine is. I look towards my back leg and throw like we did before. And now I set up gate on my left hand. I block and shift and punch and kiyash.
Like,
Gate on Zuki. Does that make sense, Danny?
yes.
Okay. Reach up now, 45 left. Throw to the right. Low block, punch. And kiyash. That's it, Gavin. Good. Right foot retreats. Right foot steps out of the way.
Yes.
Make sense? Where we're at in Kanku? Reggie, I know you're pretty good with that one.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, awesome. I want to end with one last thing, just for sake of movement, because we've been doing a little bit of that tonight. So Benny, next time I'm with you, I want to work on the Geisai katas with you. Okay, so whether that's at the field tomorrow or Friday, whenever I see you next, whether it's with me or break up the group a little bit, I want to get you work on the Geisai forms. I just want to go through fighting Taikyoku kata, right? Taikyoku 1, boom, moving, I count, boom, okay? Just little movement, we'll finish up with that.
Yes.
I'm just going to count. Okay? Okay, good strong yoi. So let's call it Taikyoku 1, so our punches are chewed on, but we're moving in fighting stance, and just wait for my count each time. You can be moving, you know, you can be blocking and moving a little bit, and then we explode on the count. Ready? Ich! Ni! Chan! Chi, that's it, Benny, beautiful. Go! Rook! Seats, good, Gavin. Hatsukiya!
Hi!
Two! Two! Ich! Ni! Chan! Chi! Go! Rokia! Ich! Hutch! Q! Ju! Yami. Awesome. Let's call class there. Let's bow out there, only because I got to go pick up dinner for kids.
Os.
Thank you, Senpai. It's been a little while since we've just been able to run, well, not all the kata, but at least hit them a couple times.
Os.
Some of them in a row, you know? Sometimes that's the best way to do it.
Os.
All right, let's get present. Moxo. Moxo Yame, right? Os.
Os.
Senpai T, Senpai Ryan, thank you for being here. Os.
Os.
All of you, thank you for being here tonight and training and continuing to train. Just a heads up for testing in general. Generally speaking, we're looking at as we become more and more IFK. Within the first year, roughly, in our testing, obviously some of this is dependent on you know, what's going on in the real world, COVID-wise and stuff. So that's a whole nother thing. But we're looking at between 10 and 15% of the curriculum, kind of in year one, of what we're trying to adopt, which we're doing. So again, like I've been telling Danny and Reggie, Beck, you're already there. But pretty much, we're looking at, you know, in this year, 10th through 5th Q is where we want to be from a brown belt, black belt perspective. Gavin, you're doing great. You're ahead of the curve, buddy. Okay. With each of those, there's also stuff called run raku, which is sort of like fighting technique based on on some of that. The upper body, the lower body techniques, we need to know those. The katas are where they need to be as far as your kata base of what you need to know in terms of what the katas are. Obviously, we need to start to think about learning the katas in the context of the way the IFK does the katas. That's going to be a little bit more of a longer road because I'm still unfamiliar with a lot of it. Doesn't mean you can't do your own research. And again, to me, it's more about finding that instinctual spot internally, that the rhythm of how you move through the IFK kata needs to feel as settled as the current kata does to you, you know, and we learn them at a different pace, and so the rhythm is different. But that's about what we're looking at each year, you know, so 10% first year, 20% the second year. And after that, it's just going to fall into place by itself anyway. That doesn't mean I'm going to abandon what I learned and how we learned it and how I teach it. Again, right now, the kata for me is more about giving the kata to you the way the IFK intends it, so that if you're going to continue to compete, that you can enter IFK kata tournaments and be competitive. You know, but there's a pacing to the kata that I've learned that feels very natural to me. It's going to be very difficult for me to try to teach it another way, but I'll do my best. So that's my 2 cents. Great to see you guys tonight. Thank you for being here. I'll see everybody. Hopefully some of you outdoors tomorrow and you know, on Zoom on Thursday and Friday, all that kind of stuff.
Happy birthday, Matt. Os, thank you.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Benny, for being, yeah, you too. And Beck, enjoy your birthday.
Os, thank you. It's been a good one so far.
Awesome. Gavin, great to have you, buddy. Keep training.
I will see you Thursday and Friday.
I love it, buddy. Keep training hard. You're doing great. Awesome. Reg, I'll catch you soon, buddy.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, guys.